Welcome to this masterclass on AI prompting. Today, we're diving into everything you need to know to get great results from AI. Whether you're generating text with ChatGPT or creating images with DALL or Midjourney, the right prompt makes all the difference. We'll start with the basics and work our way up to advanced techniques. Along the way, we'll cover common beginner mistakes, best practices for both text and image prompts, and plenty of examples. First things first, AI is powerful, but it won't read your mind. It only knows what you type, so clarity and detail matter. A vague prompt gives a vague answer, while a specific prompt gets you closer to what you want. For example, instead of saying, write an article, you could say, write a 500-word blog post on why small businesses should use email marketing. Make it clear and slightly casual, aimed at beginner marketers. By adding topic, length, tone, and audience, you guide the AI to produce a much more focused result. Let's talk about some classic mistakes that new users often make. Do any of these sound familiar? Too vague or short prompts. Typing something like, tell me about science, or write a blog post usually yields a very generic answer. Always add specifics. Who's the audience? What tone? How long? For instance, instead of explain exercise, try explain the benefits of exercise to a high school student in simple language. You'll get a much clearer, more useful response. No role or persona. AI models respond better when you give them a role. If you skip this, they default to a neutral style. Try adding a line like, you are an expert nutritionist, or you are a friendly customer support agent. That gives the AI a clear voice and focus right from the start. Overloading with multiple tasks. Don't cram too many tasks into one prompt. If you ask the AI to write a product description, then summarize it, then translate it into French all at once, the result will likely be a mess. Instead, break it up. First, ask for the product description. Once you have it, ask, now, summarize those points in bullet form. Then say, translate the bullets into French. Treat the AI like a coworker. Do one job at a time. Skipping examples. If you have a specific style in mind, show it to the AI. This is called few-shot prompting. For instance, here's an example sentence. Streamline your workflow with a single click. Now generate 3 similar catchy taglines for a note-taking app. By providing an example, you guide the AI to mimic that tone and structure. Even one example line can dramatically improve the results. Not iterating or refining. The first answer is rarely perfect. Treat it as a draft. After you get a response, review it. Is it too formal or too casual? Too long or missing something important? Then tell the AI to adjust. For example, that's good, but make it more engaging and add an example. Each tweak you make moves the AI closer to what you need. Ignoring the AI's limits. Remember, AI isn't a flawless fact checker. It generates answers from patterns in its data, not up-to-the-minute facts. If you ask for stats, quotes, or niche info, double-check it yourself. Treat the AI's output as a draft you edit. Always verify critical details. These issues apply across text AIs like ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, and even web-powered tools like Perplexity. If your prompt is unclear, you'll get a muddled result. The universal fix is the same. Be explicit and give context. If these tips are helping, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe for more AI content. Now let's dive into text prompts with some concrete tips. 1. Start clear and specific. Every prompt should clearly state the task and details. Think of it as writing a brief for a writer. For example, vague, write a blog. Improved, write a 300-word blog post on why small businesses should use email marketing. Include 3 key benefits, use a friendly casual tone, and format it in bullet points. The improved prompt tells the AI the topic, email marketing benefits, the length, 300 words, the audience, small business owners, the tone, friendly casual, and even the format, bullet points. That extra clarity leads to much more relevant output. Quick tip, give the AI a role before the task. For example, you are a tech blogger. Write a 500-word post on the latest gadget. Or act as a movie critic. Describe the plot of the new blockbuster. Assigning a persona like this sets the style and perspective for the AI. Include context and constraints. Always include any background info or rules. For instance, if you want coding help, specify the language and library. Instead of write a Python script, say, write a Python script using pandas to load a CSV file and compute the average sales. That way, the AI knows exactly what tools and data to use. Also state constraints like word count, format, or tone. For example, you are an HR recruiter. Write a short email about 100 words, inviting a UX designer to an interview. Use a professional but warm tone. By specifying 100 words, the role, HR recruiter, and the tone, you prevent the AI from rambling or sounding too formal. 3. One task at a time. Avoid packing multiple unrelated requests into one prompt. If you ask the model to write a product description, summarize it, and translate it into Spanish at once, it will likely get overwhelmed. Instead, break it up. First prompt, write a product description for X. Second, now summarize that description in 3 bullet points. Third, translate those bullets into Spanish. This step-by-step approach keeps each request clear and the output clean. Give examples and samples. If you have a particular style or phrasing in mind, show it to the AI. For example, here's an example of the tone I want. Streamline your workflow with a single click. Now write 3 similar catchy taglines for a note-taking app. By demonstrating one output, you guide the AI to mimic that pattern. Even one example line can dramatically shift the style. Review and refine. Iterate. Don't expect perfection on the first try. Treat the AI's answer as a draft. After you get the initial output, review it carefully. Is it too formal or too casual? Too long or missing a key point? Ask follow-up questions or tweak the prompt to fix issues. For instance, if the AI's intro is good but dull, say, "That intro is good, but make it more engaging and add a quick example." Each refinement step brings the answer closer to what you need. Use system features, custom instructions. Many tools have advanced settings. For example, ChatGPT's custom instructions let you set a default profile. You might tell it, "I'm a tech blogger who likes friendly, witty explanations." This gives the AI a baseline style before you even type your prompt. Then in each prompt, focus on the specific task. How to access custom instructions in ChatGPT 4. Log into ChatGPT, web or app. Click your profile icon, usually at the bottom left corner on web. From the menu, go to Settings, Personalization. Inside Personalization, you'll see Custom Instructions. Enable the toggle for custom instructions for new chats. Fill them out with your preferences, tone, role, style, etc. These instructions will then be applied across all new chats unless overwritten locally in a prompt. Important notes. 1. You may need a paid plan, e.g. ChatGPT Plus, for access in some versions. 2. Custom instructions act as a baseline guiding voice and style, but you can still override them in individual prompts. 3. If you change your custom instructions later, new chats will reflect that change. Old chats may not. Special note on search-enabled models. Some AIs like xAI's Grok or Perplexity combine AI with web search. Grok is designed to be witty and up-to-date with real-time info. Perplexity acts like a smart search engine, giving you concise answers with links. You can use them just like normal. Ask your question, and they'll automatically include current information. Modern AI image tools. OpenAI's ChatGPT with DALL 3, Google's Gemini Nano Banana, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, etc. all rely on clear, concrete prompts to produce good results. Even polite filler words like please don't help. Skip them and describe what you want to see. For example, instead of please draw an owl in winter, say a majestic snowy owl perched on a wooden fence at sunrise, hyper-realistic style. This way you feed the model actual scene details to work with. By treating the prompt like an image caption, not a polite request, the model can focus on drawing the scene as described, an AI-generated owl on a fence. Notice how a prompt like snowy owl perched on wooden fence at sunrise emphasizes visual details instead of politeness. Each model has a length limit on the text prompt, often just 50 to 200 words. Anything beyond that limit will be ignored. So put the most important elements, subject, setting, style, lighting, first, and leave out minor or vague details. For example, instead of a long list like a garden with colorful flowers, green shrubs, tall trees, a smiling child, sunny weather, focus it to something like a smiling child holding a red tulip in a lush garden with tall trees under bright sunlight, photorealistic. This shorter prompt packs the key ideas at the start. In short, be efficient. Describe the main scene clearly, and trust the model to fill reasonable details. Put core elements first. Lead with the main subject and action, who, what, where. Avoid overload. Don't cram every possible detail. Too many details can confuse the model or exceed the token limit. Use nouns, adjectives, not filler. Drop words like etc. or adjectives that don't add information. Each word should help paint the scene. Don't ask the model to do this or that in one prompt. For example, a character wearing a blue shirt or a green shirt, or mix a dog and a cat will either produce a weird mix or fail to decide. Instead, pick one concept per prompt or run separate prompts for each option. Similarly, never include outright contradictions. A bald man with yellow hair is impossible, so avoid conflicting descriptors. If you do want a contrast, e.g. bright versus dark elements, do it in one coherent description rather than an or. Being decisive and clear helps the model know exactly what to generate. No or in one prompt, e.g. blue shirt or green shirt, make two prompts instead. Check for opposing terms. Remove or resolve anything that clashes, like old versus new. Be consistent. If you mention a detail, say lighting, don't contradict it later in the prompt. Describe the scene as if you're explaining it to someone who can't see. Mention colors, textures, lighting, setting, and composition. For instance, instead of saying, make it feel mysterious, say a winding forest path under a starry sky with soft moonlight filtering through tall pines. This tells the model exactly what to draw. Keep emotional or abstract words like mysterious, angry, peaceful to a minimum or tacked on at the very end. They're less effective than concrete nouns, adjectives. In other words, prompt the model like it was trained on literal captions. Describe exactly what should be visible. Subjects, actions, environment, colors, styles, and lighting. Mood words can be added sparingly at the end once the scene is fully described. Each image model or app may have its own special syntax. For example, many models ignore the word no in the main prompt, saying no collar in the text usually backfires. Instead, use the model's built-in way to exclude or weight things. For instance, in Midjourney, append no thing, e.g. no collar, to remove an item. In Stable Diffusion or similar, use the negative prompt field to list unwanted elements. OpenAI's DALL-E via ChatGPT doesn't have a separate negative prompt, so you may need to reword the positive prompt or simply regenerate. Learn and apply these syntax rules for your tool. They can dramatically improve the results. Model-specific operators. Midjourney, no, Stable Diffusion, negative prompts, etc. Weights and emphasis. Some tools allow weighting parts of the prompt, e.g. to in Midjourney. Use them to prioritize details. Refer to docs. Always check the latest user guide for your model's commands, e.g. Midjourney docs on negative prompts. Don't expect perfection on the first try. Image generation is an iterative process. Generate multiple variations. Many tools let you produce 4+ images per prompt and compare them. Then tweak your prompt based on what worked or didn't. Swap adjectives, try synonyms, or change word order. For example, if photorealistic yields one style, try oil painting to see a different effect. As prompting experts emphasize, small changes can yield big differences, so play around until you get closer to your vision. After each attempt, adjust the prompt to emphasize missing or surprising elements, then regenerate. One change at a time. Test a single tweak, e.g. replacing futuristic with vintage, to see its effect. Chain prompts. If needed, break the task into steps, e.g. generate a background, then ask to add a subject. In chat refinement, if you're using ChatGPT's image mode, you can often ask it to refine or iterate on an image with text instructions. Let's make this concrete with a couple of before and after prompts. Pause and try these on your AI of choice. Text prompt example, ChatGPT. Start with a vague prompt. Write an article on climate change. The AI will likely give you a generic overview. Now try a refined prompt. You are an environmental science teacher. Write a 6-point lesson plan, bulleted, about climate change causes and solutions, aimed at high school students. Make the language engaging and age-appropriate. This improved prompt adds a role, science teacher, a format, 6 bullets, an audience, high school, and a tone, engaging. Because of those details, the AI knows exactly what structure and language to use. Image prompt example. Compare these prompts. A dragon in a forest. You'll get a dragon, but probably something generic. Now a better prompt. A detailed digital painting of a fierce red dragon perched on a mossy log in a misty forest at dawn. Cinematic lighting with glowing eyes in the style of a fantasy concept artist. This prompt specifies color, red, setting, misty dawn forest, lighting, cinematic, and style, fantasy concept artist. The result will be a far more dramatic image that matches your vision. Notice we didn't use please or any extra fluff. We just described the scene in detail. Interactive tip. If an answer or image still isn't quite right, give feedback and try again. For text, you might say, "That's too formal, make it more casual." Or, "Can you add one more bullet about renewable energy?" For images, most tools let you create variations or re-roll after editing the prompt. Each tweak moves you closer to the result you want. Advanced prompt engineering techniques. Ready to level up? Here are some pro strategies. Complex instructions and chains. Break complex tasks into simple steps. For example, ask for a summary and then say, "Now outline a 5-point plan based on that summary." Persona chaining. Change roles mid-chat for creative effects. For instance, "You are a detective. Summarize this case." Now, as a police chief, outline the next steps. Control output style. Give the AI examples or templates to shape the format or tone. For text prompts, you might include an example sentence or data table. For images, you can also include sketches or multiple text examples if supported. Advanced syntax. Some tools use special operators. For example, image models use wait operators or no to exclude elements. In chat models, you might separate system versus user messages. Knowing these tricks can fine-tune the output. Stateful conversations. Keep related prompts in the same chat so the AI remembers context. Just be aware of token limits. ChatGPT is around 4K tokens. If the conversation gets long, summarize and reintroduce key points so it doesn't forget earlier context. Meta prompting. Have the AI critique or improve your prompt. For example, "Here's my prompt. Your prompt. How can I make it more specific or effective?" The AI may suggest details or constraints you missed. Know your model. Different AIs have different styles. Grok, xAI's model, can be playful. ChatGPT is polite and formal. Perplexity focuses on concise facts. Tailor your prompt accordingly. For example, if Grok is too snarky, you can say, "Answer this professionally." If Perplexity's answer is too brief, ask it to expand or simplify. Common prompting pitfalls. Here's a quick list of what not to do. Mixing topics. Don't jump from one subject to another in the same chat. If you do, the model can get confused. Always start a new chat for a new topic. Insufficient context. Not telling the model enough, like who's talking or what the goal is, leads to generic answers. Always set the stage clearly. Believing the first answer is final. Many people assume the first response is perfect. It's not. Always double-check and refine. Human review is still important. Trying to do everything at once. ChatGPT can do a lot, but it's not a magic bullet. For heavy math, legal advice, or medical questions, it can make mistakes. Use specialized tools or add error-checking prompts. Overly long prompts. Very long, rambling prompts can dilute focus, especially for image models. Clarity beats length. Ignoring advanced features. Tools like Claude and ChatGPT have powerful features, system messages, few-shot examples, etc. If you ignore them, you're leaving power on the table. Being too polite or wordy. Saying please, or if you have time, doesn't make the AI nicer. It just wastes words. Be efficient. If you're enjoying this deep dive, leave a comment below with your own prompting struggles or wins. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe to AI in Action. We've got lots more tutorials on the way. Conclusion: become a prompting pro. Prompting is a skill that rewards practice. The more you apply these techniques, being specific, iterative, and thorough, the better your AI outputs will be. Treat every prompt as an experiment. Try different phrasings, review the results, and learn from them. Remember, the core message is universal. Give the AI clear instructions and context, then be ready to refine. Keep practicing. Try the examples we shared on ChatGPT or your favorite image tool. Notice how small changes in wording dramatically change the result. Thank you for watching. If you learned something today, please do us a favor. Like this video, subscribe to AI in Action, and click the bell to get notified about our next tutorials. If you know someone struggling with their AI prompts, share this video with them. Happy prompting!